expecting to go live. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't even know the NFL awards was today. Normally they do them on Saturday, so I was actually surprised that it was today. I'm very, very much surprised it was today, so I wasn't even planning on doing anything. But I was trying to get up right before the coaches one because I wanted to do the coaches one live. And I'm not surprised that D'Amico Ryans didn't win Coach of the Year. And I've been saying it, I guess, since maybe with a couple weeks left to go in the season, that more than likely that Stefanski was going to win it. So I'm not surprised. The one glimmer of hope that I did have was that Stefanski's already won Coach of the Year. So I was hoping because Stefanski's already won Coach of the Year, maybe there's like everything is kind of on even basis and equal playing. Let me go ahead and give it to a guy who ain't coached the team, ain't coached yet, and the team that only won 3 games last year. And the year before that, the 2 years prior to that, only won 4 games and won 11 games total in the last 3 years. And then under this guy, under this one season, you win 10, and you won 1 game without your quarterback. A divisional game at that with a guy who you had as your third string quarterback all season. So I was hoping that that he possibly potentially could have. I did think that he was going to leap. I can't wait to see exactly what the numbers and see exactly who was second, who was third place. I do think that he skipped Steichen because, like I said, I thought that Steichen, like really going into that last game of the season, I kind of thought that Steichen probably would be ahead of D'Amico because of one, he beat him already head to head this season. And he was doing without his quarterback all season, but D'Amico Ryans beat him in the most crucialist moment, in the crucial game, the game against the playoffs in his building. And so I think that kind of knocked out Steichen. But yeah, I'm not surprised at all that Stefanski won. I was more than likely thought that was going to happen. But again, I was hoping, and I said I didn't get a chance to get it up before because I wanted to do that one live. But hey, extremely glad that both CJ and Will Anderson got theirs. I'm extremely glad that both Will Anderson and CJ Stroud both got offensive and defensive rookie of the years, and just like the Jets last year, who had offensive and defensive rookie of the years, but unlike the Jets last year, Texas made the playoffs with those two rookies. There were two rookies that actually came in and not only played well, not only made Pro Bowl. I don't know if Garrett Wilson made the Pro Bowl. I know Sauce did. Both these guys make the Pro Bowl their rookie year. They both won Rookies of the Year. Team got into the playoffs, won a playoff game, and they showed their dominance. I know a lot of people, especially pre-draft, did not want either one of these guys. You had people who were Bryce Young or Buzz guys. They only wanted Bryce Young. You had guys who wanted Tyree Wilson and or other guys like that. But uh, these guys came in there, showed you exactly. And even early on, in like the first couple weeks of the season, people was talking about Will Anderson, and Will Anderson came along slowly but surely. But when he came along, how he played towards the end of the season, again, remember Will Anderson missed time too. So just imagine how Will Anderson and CJ numbers would have looked if they would have played the full season. Again, they missed time going down the stretch, and Will Anderson played limited time even after he came back from his injury. He played limited time. I think Will Anderson got hurt the same game that CJ got hurt in that Jets game. They both end up getting hurt in the same game or get not both coming out of that same game, that Jets game. Neither one of them played the Titans game. Neither one of them played the Browns game. They both came back during the second Titans game, and Will Anderson only played 12 snaps in that whole entire game, and then he was limited in that game against the Colts as well. So just imagine if both those guys would have played throughout the whole season, exactly how their dominance would have looked. But looked like just two completely slam dunk draft picks, back to back draft picks, and we already knew that. We knew that before. We didn't need tonight awards to tell us that. Just like we don't need tonight's award to tell us that we got the right head coach in D'Amico Ryans. But this is for the world to see. This is for everybody else to see. And I'm also glad because CJ has become the first player in the Texans history to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Going into this season, we've already had we had two rookie years, both on defense. One was our head coach, D'Amico Ryans, and two was Brian Cushing. Two guys that came in as defensive rookies and made defensive rookie year. Nobody on the offensive side got it. Andre Johnson finished third in rookie year. Andre Johnson finished third in rookie year, and Dominic Davis finished second in the rookie year. Anquan Bolin won rookie year that year in 2003. Dominic Davis won Pepsi. Like I know y'all seen that with CJ earlier either yesterday or earlier today. The CJ won Pepsi Rookie of the Year. That's a different award. That's not the NFL Honors Award. That's voted on by Pepsi. That's a whole completely different award. Just like if you watch throughout the week, they'll have like Pepsi Player of the Week, stuff like that. That's a whole different. That's not the official award like we seen tonight. And Dominic Davis won Pepsi Rookie of the Year in 2023, but that was it. Like I said, Andre didn't win it. Andre and Dominic Davis both in the same class. Anquan Bolin won Rookie Year that year. Another a guy offensively, it might have been the running. It might have been like Steve Slaton. Though Steve Slaton rushed for 1,000 yards his rookie year. I don't remember if he was even in the conversation. I don't even remember who won a rookie year that year in 2007. It'd be 2007. So I don't even know who won rookie offensive rookie year in 2007. If I'm not, I can't remember who's in that draft right now. 2007. Who would have been the first pick in the draft? Mario went 2006. Who went 2007? Oh, Jamarcus Russell. Yeah, Jamarcus Russell went 2007. Yeah, Jamarcus Russell went 2007. Jamarcus Russell went 2007. So yeah, it showed when Jamarcus Russell. Jamal Rose never won Rookie of the Year. I don't know who won Rookie of the Year in 2007. I gotta look that up. I don't remember who won Offensive Rookie of the Year that year. But who else would have been in the running? Um, Foster didn't play to the end of his rookie year. It was Foster's second year when he came in and led the league in rushing, and didn't even win Offensive Player of the Year that year, which was absurd because Tom Brady won Offensive Player of the Year and MVP that year. When Aaron Foster led the league in rushing and led the league in rushing touchdowns and led the league in yard and scrimmage yards as well. But that's a conversation for another day. Who else would have been in the running? Hopkins didn't really do anything his rookie year. I think he only had like 700 yards. I mean, Deshaun Watson would have won Offensive Rookie Year, but he got hurt, and Alvin Kamara ended up winning Rookie Year that year. And really, we haven't had anybody to know as an offensive rookie to even be in the conversation. So I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. Because, like, again, I've been waiting for this moment for a long time for an offensive guy to come out here and get Rookie of the Year because I've seen two guys on the defensive side get Rookie of the Year, and I've been waiting for a guy offensively to get Rookie of the Year. Just like I've been waiting for a guy to get MVP. Like we've waiting for a guy to get Offensive Player of the Year. We've got Defensive Player of the Year. We got 3 times with JJ. I'm waiting to get Offensive Rookie Year. I'm waiting to get Offensive Player of the Years and MVPs and stuff like that. Coaches of the Years, Executive of the Years. I think Bobby Slowick. I haven't. I think Bobby Slowick still has a chance. I know he's up for assistant coach of the year. So hopefully Bobby Slowick gets some awards, so we can get some more awards going to the building. But I'm glad that CJ is the first Houston Texan to ever win Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Willie Anderson came in under his coach who won Defensive Rookie of the Year, the first player to ever win Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Texans. He comes in, it becomes the third defensive player to win Rookie of the Year. And to be honest, all 3 Rookie of the Years have something to do with D'Amico Ryans. D'Amico Ryans won Rookie of the Year, the first ever player of the Texan organization to win an award like that, win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Then Cushion comes out there and wins a Defensive Rookie of the Year back in 2009, and he even says that he got that from D'Amico Ryans. D'Amico Ryans basically was a coach on the field for him and basically coached him up and got him to that point for him to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. And then under him being actually the actual head coach, D'Amico Ryans got Willie Anderson out here winning Rookie of the Year as well. So 3 Defensive Rookie of the Years all have something to do either directly or indirectly with D'Amico Ryans, even though he wasn't able to get the Coach of the Year. But he's showing his dominance right now, and he's showing you exactly what it is. And also the most important thing to me tonight is popping up right now, and it's popping up right now. They got the bus out there right now. They do. They flipping over the cars right now, and I know it's already been told. So I just want to see it officially. I just want to see it officially. Dwight Freeney, and that's Dwight Freeney win rookie. I mean, not rookie, getting inducted to the Hall of Fame. There you go. There you go. There you go. Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson. Class of 2024. Andre Johnson, the you. Oh man. my favorite athlete, Andre Johnson, man. Hey, uh, Andre Johnson is the very first jersey I've ever bought personally with my own money. With my own money. I mean, I've gotten jerseys as a gift throughout being a kid and stuff like that, but actually, with my own money, walking inside Foot Locker, I never forget walking inside Foot Locker in College Station, Texas, walking inside Foot Locker and going in and purchasing the Andre Johnson jersey because he was my favorite player. Then end up buying another one after that. Like buying one like once they updated and they went to the Nike, because that's back when they was a Reebok jersey. When they updated and went to the Nike jersey, when they got me another one. Andre Johnson, my favorite football player, Houston Texan, favorite athlete ever, like Andre Johnson, and so well deserved. And he should have gotten last year. He should have gotten last year. I feel like last year Hall of Fame class they were just trying to get people in. Yeah, last year Hall of Fame class they were just trying to get some old people in, some old cats in. I didn't like that because hey man, if these other guys again, go ahead and let them get in, and then if there's nobody of note, then get somebody. Don't make these guys wait. Don't make Andre Johnson and Devin Hester wait. Don't make Julius Peppers wait. Like, don't make these guys wait. These guys were eligible last year. Get these guys in. These guys should have been in last year. Andre's been eligible, I think, for like 3 years. Like, Andre's been eligible. So that's what I'm saying. Andre should have been in. Like, they should have been let Andre in. I don't even know what they was tripping on. They should have been let Andre in. But man, man. I'm so glad. It's a it's a good night. It's a good night. You know, D'Amico did not get Coach of the Year, but CJ and Willie and also like I said, Andre Johnson, well deserved. Finally able to get to put himself in. We have a Hall of Fame player. Like I know we've always been saying that about no JJ because we know JJ getting in. JJ's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's now we officially like it's official now. It's official. We officially have a Hall of Fame player. I know. I think like technically, like because when Ed Reed had went to the Hall of Fame, they had the Texas name on it because technically he played, but an actual player who played his best at that sport, best of his career, played in that deep steel blue, Liberty white, and battle red, is a Hall of Fame player. Is an absolute Hall of Fame player, and we've been saying, "Oh yeah, he's a Hall of Fame player," but now he is. It's officially, it's official. It's really real. Like it's really real. He's a Hall of Fame player. He needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Got to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm so glad he's in the Hall of Fame. Should have been in the Hall of Fame. Should have been. Like I say, he should have been in the Hall of Fame. Like should have been in. I know it's been hard for receivers to get to Hall of Fame. There's only three receivers that's ever been first ballot Hall of Fame. That's Jerry Rice, that's Randy Moss, and Megatron. Those are the only three receivers in NFL history that's ever been Hall of Fame. Like Drew Pearson just got into the Hall of Fame like 2 years ago. Like he just got to the Hall of Fame like after COVID or around COVID, like that year. Like either the 2020 year or the 20 like he just got in, and Drew Pearson played back in the 70s. So he's just not getting to the Hall of Fame. He was the first 88 for the Dallas Cowboys. So like it's hard for receivers to get in. It took Michael Irvin years. It took To To a long time. It's hard for receivers to get in. I think the guard is going to be changing now because someone asked me yesterday about Hopkins. Do I think Hopkins is going to get in? Uh, if Hopkins does get in, I think that it's going to be easier for receivers now because of the way stuff is done now. Because part of the reason what took Andre Johnson so long is one, he didn't have a lot of touchdowns. Like he had a lot of yards, a lot of catches, but didn't have a lot of touchdowns. And two and three, I put these two and three together because they kind of coincide with each other a little bit. People didn't get to see him play because the Texans didn't play a lot of playoff games. He's only went to the playoffs twice in his career. Only playing four playoff games. Only been to the playoffs twice, 2011 and 2012. And the Texans are not a national brand, so they didn't get a lot of primetime games. And this is before they started mandating everybody getting primetime. Like they didn't mandate everybody get a primetime game. I think until 2010. 2010 is when they mandated everybody get a primetime game. And obviously they ended it this year. But like so from 2010 because he left in his last season was 2014. So that 5 year stretch, he was able to get primetime games. Now, luckily, the Texans were good. We got some primetime games in there, but that was also in the downside because his 2 years that he was at his best, the 2 years he led the league in receiving, and like the 2 years he had back to back 1,500 yard seasons, those was in 2008 and 2009. Those are 2 years he had his best. Like 2008, 2009, 2010 was he put up a lot of yards, a lot of catches. That's where he did the bulk of his damage. 2011 he missed time. The first time we went to the playoffs, he missed time. I think he missed like 7 games that year. He missed like he got hurt in that Pittsburgh game, pulled his hamstring, got hurt, came back, played against the Falcons, and got hurt again. And I think he didn't come back again until we played the Bengals in the playoff game, if I'm not mistaken. So he was in and out the lineup a lot in the 2011 season, but he did play when it counted. He played in the playoffs, and then he played the following year in 2012, which was his best year from a yardage standpoint. But never had over 10. No, never had 10 touchdowns. His most touchdowns he ever had was 9. He had 9, 8. Like he had 9, 8, 8, and then after that, like some sevens and some fives and stuff like that. Never really was a touchdown guy. Part of the reason why we didn't get a lot, he didn't get a lot of touchdowns because we were handing the ball off to Arian Foster. I think something might have been also with Mashab, but also throwing those fade routes because Mashab didn't really do a lot. Even when we got Hopkins, really didn't do a lot of fade routes in the red zone, the end zone. So I don't know if that just wasn't in his skill set, wasn't the strength of his, things like that. Mashab did used to throw a lot of pick sixes. So maybe that was some of that had something to do with it. I don't know, again, speculation, but I know some of it is that we had Arian Foster. So when we get into the red zone, it will run the football with Arian Foster. But another thing too, though, even though that is the case, another thing too is that he played for the Texans. And like I said, like the Texans are not a national brand. Yeah, we don't get a lot of primetime games, but if we're gonna be honest and keep it all the way but keep it all the way real, people really don't care about the Texans outside Texan fans. We want to keep it a book. It really didn't start changing like that until JJ. But then, like I've always said, like they treated JJ and the Houston Texans like Michael Jackson and Jackson 5. Like they treated like JJ was separate from the Texans. Just like people used to treat like if you go back and listen to when people bring up Michael Jackson and Jackson 5. Yeah, I know it was only 4 other brothers in the Jackson 5. Michael Jackson was the fifth person. So the 5 includes Michael Jackson, but they say his name out because Michael Jackson's the star. So Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5. It should be Michael Jackson and the Jackson 4 because there's only 4 of them left. If you take out Michael Jackson, there's only 4 of them left. So they try to separate him to put his name out there. That's what they did about the Texans and JJ during JJ's era. It was JJ Watt and the Houston Texans. They didn't put the Texans and JJ Watt together. They used to talk about JJ Watt separately, like he was like with the Texans by association. Like he wasn't really a Houston Texan. Like he was with the Texans by association. That's how the national media and everybody would like talk about JJ Watt. They wouldn't really talk about the Texans. They would talk about mostly JJ Watt. Even though when they talk about the Patriots, they talk about Tom Brady. As you see them talking about the Chiefs, they talk about Patrick Mahomes. They talk about They talk about the Packers. They talk about Aaron Rodgers. But they still talk about them that team, and that's why that team can win because they got Tom Brady, because they got Patrick Mahomes, because they got Aaron Rodgers. And I know those are quarterbacks. I know it could be. It's also a little bit different. But the same thing with the Rams and Aaron Donald. Same thing with Khalil Mack when he was a Bear. Same thing with Khalil Mack when he was a Raider. Like we've heard this with other T.J. Watt in Pittsburgh. They don't exclude T.J. Watt. They don't exclude Myles Garrett in Cleveland Browns, but they excluded J.J. in the Houston Texans. It was just very weird because the Texans don't have a brand like the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Texans don't have a brand like the Rams that won Super Bowls. The Texans don't have a brand like Cleveland. Cleveland actually has a brand, has a fan base, a huge fan base out there in Cleveland. Like Cleveland has a huge fan base. Like again, like you got Canton, Ohio. You got Jim Brown with the Cleveland Browns. Like yeah, like the Cleveland Browns actually absolutely have a fan base. So the Texans don't have a big broad fan base. No matter that the Texans have been considered mediocre or considered bad or even won games and won playoff games and dominated the AFC South for the last 12 years, won the division 7 times out of the last 12 years. The Texans still are like they still don't. The Texans still don't have a no. They don't have a fan base and don't have outside of actual Texan fans out here in Southeast Texas. But don't really have a huge fan base. Don't really have a huge fan base outside of the Texan fans around here. I mean, you can go out, you can be in the state of Texas and be out of the Texans market. Like when does a state like when are you out when you're still in the state and you're outside the market? I'm not even talking about when you get up into Dallas and then Dallas market. Like no, like you can still be Southern Texas and get out of like be in the still in the south of Texas and you're no longer in the Texans market. Like the tech you are no longer you are no longer inside the Texans market. So as far from a fan base standpoint. So I say all that to say that's also part of the reason why a lot of people just be forgetting about Andre Johnson. I'll never I never forget when we had drafted Deshaun and Deshaun was balling and they was Shannon and Skip was talking about the Texans. They were talking about like because they were talking about possibly this guy could possibly end up being the best player in the history. They know we got JJ and JJ was still playing at the time. No, he still got JJ and he said yeah. He said they said that receiver. They told me they do got a receiver. They do got a receiver used to play that he might could be in the conversation too. One he said might be in the conversation and two he didn't even know Andre Johnson's name. Like he didn't even know it. He had to remember like and it wasn't like it was like at the tip of his tongue. Like I can't call that name. Like he really didn't know Andre Johnson's name because he never said his name. He never said Johnson, number 80, guy from Miami. He just said that receiver might have something to say too. The receiver that they had for a long time, he might have something to say too about being possibly the best player in their franchise. But we all know it's JJ. Like he played at a time when he wasn't recognized because the team wasn't getting playoff games. It wasn't in primetime games. So I think all those things collectively together is what pushed back Andre Johnson from being in the Hall of Fame sooner. Because maybe he shouldn't have been the Hall first ballot, but he should damn sure win it last year. Like he should win it last year. I don't care what nobody says. He should definitely win it last year. So, but I'm glad he's in. Uh, I got what now? I can't now. When is it? Because the Hall of Fame now I have a real reason to watch like that Hall of Fame game week. Because normally I don't be watching like I can't even remember. I think the last time I watched the Hall of Fame like induction was when Moss and them went in. Like I think that was like the last time I watched. I think that was like 2018. Like when Moss, I know T.O. didn't go. Like Moss and them went in. Uh, because I didn't watch Peyton's. I watched Peyton's performance. I mean, like his speech, but I didn't actually watch the actual Hall of Fame. I'm going to make sure to actually watch the Hall of Fame. Oh, they're not gonna say nothing about him not getting coach of the year. They're gonna say it was Stefanski. They're gonna talk about what they're gonna say is Stefanski played. He got to the playoffs with a 40-year-old quarterback off the couch. That's what they're gonna say. They're gonna say he got to the playoffs with a 40-year-old quarterback. His quarterback got hurt. And they took a 40-year-old quarterback off the couch and went to the playoffs. Because again, like I know a lot of people say, "Man, we beat Cleveland." The awards, all the votes were in after the season. Like the season ended on Sunday. They voted Monday and Tuesday. If I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking that the votes were already in on Monday, but I think they might have gave them the Tuesday too, just to be. I might be wrong, but I know for a fact by Tuesday it wasn't no more. It wasn't no votes get put in. So this stuff was done 4 days before the Texans played against the Cleveland Browns in the playoff game. So that game didn't mean anything. And I know some people say, "Man, why don't they just wait till after the season over, like what the playoffs?" Because if you do that, you might as well just give all the awards to whoever won the Super Bowl. Because how could you give D'Amico Ryan's coach a year if Andy Reid or what's it called win Super Bowl? When Andy Reid shouldn't Andy Reid go out there and win Super Bowl after playing all them games on the road, going inside Baltimore, going inside Buffalo. You could potentially give him coach of the year. You could potentially give whoever won Super Bowl MVP the MVP, especially if it's a quarterback, especially if it's Mahomes or Brock Purdy. They go out there and win the Super Bowl MVP. You could definitely tell they the MVP of the league too. So that's the reason why they stop it at regular season. Like as soon as the regular season's done, they stop it. They don't want to go into the business of getting all the way and getting into the playoffs and the playoffs done and all this type of stuff. They don't want to get into that business. That's something they don't want to get into. They don't want to get into that business that the playoffs and all that stuff is impacting it. They don't want to get into that business. So that's why they want to just they stop it as soon as the regular season over. Let's stop. Let's do the votes. Let's get all this, that, and third done, and let's call it a day. We're gonna get this done. We're gonna get that done. We're gonna get this done, and just call it a day. Hey, it is what it is. But I mean, I know, I feel y'all. I would have gave it to D'Amico Ryans, but I'm not surprised that Stefanski won. I've been saying Stefanski was going to win. Like I'm not surprised in the slightest that Stefanski won. Like I'm not surprised. I'm not angry. But one, like I said, I said this. When did I say this? I remember saying that that the Texans was going to get one our offensive and offensive and coach of the year. I knew we weren't gonna get both. I'm actually am surprised that Will Anderson got defensive rookie of the year. Because one because he missed those two games. Because I believe if he would have played when he won it regardless, but I would have believed if he would have played those two games because he was getting in that groove. And like Jalen Carter started to tail off a little bit, and Wichita stuff. Like other guys around started tailing off like a couple weeks before that, and the Texans were ascending, and Will was playing better and better and better and better. Uh, I'm like, okay, yeah, Will's definitely he didn't creep into the conversation and he didn't put himself in there. Just like Stingley. Stingley was starting to put himself in the conversation. In my opinion, Stingley started to put himself in the conversation to win defensive player of the year. In my personal opinion. In my personal opinion, I feel like he was putting himself in that in the conversation to win defensive player of the year. Like he was putting the, I not saying that he was going to win, but I feel like he was putting himself in the conversation. The way he played, and you see how he won defensive player of the month in the month of December. Like he was putting himself in that type of conversation. I do feel like it was a little bit too late, and because he missed a lot of the season. I think he missed like 7 games, 6, 7 games. So I felt like that's what Willie Anderson was doing. Willie Anderson was putting himself in that conversation and putting himself in certain conversation. Okay, yeah, he definitely should be considered in the conversation being considered of defensive rookie of the year. Then the missing those 2 games, I'm like, but really nobody else really took any, didn't really reinsert their dominance like Jalen Carter and them. They kept on declining, and their teams around them, the Eagles declining, Seattle and what you call it, Witherspoon, like Witherspoon started declining, the Seattle started declining, and ended up not making the playoffs. Like these are teams, the Seattle was in the playoff picture and in the missing the playoffs. The Eagles had the division, end up missing the division. So those things start going down like that, and you got Willie Anderson who started to extend, and then the Texans themselves start to extend and come back and win the division, and they're doing it on the off the legs of Will Anderson on the defense side. Will Anderson going out there making a lot of plays. Will Anderson going out there getting sacks, only playing 12 snaps in the game and getting out there getting a lot of sacks. So you start to see all those type of things. You start to see all those type of things. So they showing the players that pass, and they just show Ryan Mallett, Ryan Mallett, former Houston Texan. Uh, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he passed this summer. I think he drowned, if I'm not mistaken. So condolences to all the people out there. You know what I'm saying, who lost all the family members and friends and loved ones, to all the football players, all the former teammates and fans of the football players that they showing right now. I mean, a lot of those guys, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know. I'm not gonna sit there and lie, but condolences to their families and their friends and their loved ones and their fans and teammates and coaches and things like that. Um, Always sad to see somebody that you know, love, or watch playing like go. So, DJ Hayden. Okay, I do know DJ Hayden because he's a former U of H, U of H Cougar. Um, so yeah. But the like I said, like condolences to all their families and friends and loved ones and fans. Um, but like I was saying, like Willie Anderson started to Willie Anderson started to come up, and the Texans, the defense started to play even better. The Texans team itself started to play even better. We go up there, and we come and get the division. Like I said, Willie Anderson going out there with 12 plays against the Titans, coming back off an injury, getting two crucial sacks, basically forcing the Titans to wave the white flag and say that game was over, saying no mas, and waving that flag and putting that game ended up being over because of that. So when you have situations like that, and you doing stuff like that, it just made a clear that Will Anderson should have won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Uh, like I said, CJ, I feel like CJ had Offensive Rookie of the Year in the bag back in Pittsburgh, really. For sure, for sure. For sure against Tampa. Like that performance against Tampa ended it. I feel like, and I feel like the comeback against the Bengals cemented it and put him firmly at that point in time in the MVP conversation. And I think the only reason why it was even entertaining, people was even entertaining like pooping the core, was because CJ ended up missing 2 games. If CJ doesn't get concussion and doesn't even miss 2 games, I don't even think they even talk about pooping the core. We don't care if pooping the core broke the record. Like they wasn't even about pooping the core broke. We all know exactly what it was. Yeah, I see what my boy CJ said out there, because there's a lot of people out there that be going out there, and one of them is in the city of Houston. One of them is in the city of Houston that y'all listen to a lot because he used to work for the Chronicle. Goes by a certain nickname, nickname of a breakfast food. He always, every chance he gets, on the radio, on Twitter, and columns that he writes, he's ever on some NFL network or Rich Eisen shows or stuff like that. I've seen him on a lot of their podcasts. He always says that if the Texans had the number 1 pick, they would have took Bryce Young. Luckily, they did not have the number 1 pick, and they got CJ. He keeps on saying that. And if you heard what CJ said when CJ won the award, CJ said, and we thanked the McNairs and Cal and Nick and D'Amico. He said for taking him number 2. He taking number 2 no matter what's been said. You already know what it is. Like going out there saying, I hear what people be saying about y'all, because CJ even said this when he was on Pat McAfee. He even said it. He said like we don't listen for the noise, but to sit up and say that we don't hear it would be lying. He's talking about like you run across it. Like we see what y'all be saying, we hear what y'all be saying. If I don't hear see it, but like somebody, my homeboy, my cousin, my sister, my brother, they see it, they send it to me. Like I know what's been said. I'm not looking for it. I'm not like entertaining it, but I hear it. Because I put some people say, oh, I don't even hear the noise. He's like, yeah, they be lying. Like I hear the noise. He's like, that's basically, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he was saying, roundabout way saying, I hear what y'all be saying about me. I hear it. Like it sounds good. I hear it, and he hears that this stupid rhetoric about that we would have took Bryce. Like why, even if that was true, why do you feel the need to say it? Like why do you feel the need to say it? No one's asking that. Or if y'all always have no one's asking that. No one is asking that. Why do you feel the need to say it? And that's why he comes up there and says, like, y'all already know what it is. Like, I know, I heard that, and I know, like, I know I've had these, like, I'm pretty sure CJ's had this conversation with him. And again, what else would Nick and them say? I doubt that Nick and Cal and D'Amico say, we know, yeah, if we had no more people, we wouldn't have took you with it. But I'm pretty sure they told him, man, yeah, you was the pick regardless. No matter what, you was always going to be the pick. We told you this. And again, D'Amico and CJ have talked before they got drafted. Nick was at the pro day the year prior, when they was out there watching Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson. They was at that pro day. Remember the picture went around with Pep Hamilton was shaking hands with CJ. They've been scouting CJ. CJ's been on the Texans radar. He's been on Nick Casario's radar. So they know what it is. I know they was at the Alabama pro day too, and they seen Bryce Young too. But I feel like I've been saying this months before the draft. I was saying, I said the Texans have the choice. The Texans would take C.J. Stroud over Bryce Young. Now I'm being on record, like I've always been on record. I was in the mindset draft. As long as you gave me one of those two quarterbacks, I wasn't tripping. As long as you gave me one of those two, and then right after we drafted them, I think like right during training camp or before training camp, like just during the mini camps, I was like, man, the Texans might have dodged the bullet. The Texans, my boy, we dodged the big bullet. And like I said, I was always like I said, I didn't have I liked it both quarterbacks coming into the draft. If you asked about a specific preference, I would have my specific preference was CJ because I'm not gonna lie, the height concern and stuff like that. Like I said, CJ was a complete sniper. Was a complete sniper of football. And they just gave Joe Flacco. See, they just gave Joe Flacco comeback play. Yeah, I feel like it should have went to Baker Mayfield. Honestly, I feel like it should have went to Baker. I feel like it should have went to Baker Mayfield. Um, yeah, I feel like it should have went to Baker. Um, yeah, I feel like it should have went to Baker. Yeah, I really thought that the NFL was gonna do that. I really thought, like, I mean, I thought that was cemented that they were gonna give it to Damar Hamlin. I really thought that was cemented. That they were just gonna give it to Damar Hamlin. And if Damar Hamlin would play football, then Damar Hamlin but Damar Hamlin didn't play football this year. Like I think he might be active for like 2 games. Uh, but I think they did that to Alex Smith. Like I think like Alex Smith won't come back play the year, it didn't play, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been done before. It's been done before. I feel like Baker should have got it though. I feel like Baker should have won comeback play of the year. Uh, they won the division. Uh, like he was #1 overall pick. Got the team traded to get Deshaun Watson. Then you go Carolina. Carolina cuts you. Then you go to like even though I know all these things, and this is the reason why you're in the situation why you would be winning comeback play here. Just all those type of things. Like Flacco got off the couch and just got off the couch and started playing football with like he played football for 5 games. Like he like bro played five like how does he win comeback play here for playing 5 games? Granted, he balled. But he also turned the ball over a lot. Like why? How did like Baker Mayfield went and led the team to win the division? It might be the worst division in football. That's not Baker Mayfield's fault. That's the worst division in football. Baker Mayfield should have won comeback player of the year. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Baker should have won like because to be honest, the Browns was winning games. The Browns was winning games without Joe Flacco. The Browns was in the playoffs before they went off and got Joe Flacco off the couch. He just went to a situation to make sure the sinking ship didn't make sure the ship didn't sink. Baker Mayfield took a team that me personally thought was going to be the worst team in football. I thought that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was going to be in line to have the first pick of the draft. I did. I thought Tampa Bay was going to be a team that was in line to end up having the first pick of the draft, and they completely proved me wrong. They completely proved me wrong. Baker Mayfield proved me wrong. We was talking about all season, all during the off season, all in the beginning of the season. Man, we might need to try to trade to get Mike Evans. You know what I'm saying? Because we were thinking that Tampa Bay was going to be one of those teams that's going to be sellers, and just having a fire sale, trading this person, kind of like Washington was doing. How Washington was just trading people. We thought that that's what Tampa Bay was going to be doing, and they didn't do it. You know why? Because they was in a situation where they could and ended up winning the division and win the playoff game. And win the playoff game. And damn near went to the NFC Championship game. They damn near went to the NFC Championship game. Like they almost went to the NFC Championship game. I do blame Todd Bowles had timeout with like 30 some seconds left. It was on which goes on fourth down. If you would call timeout, they would have got the ball back roughly around like 15 to 20 seconds. Hey, you ain't got no timeout, man. A lot of different things can happen. I've seen teams get the ball with less time than that and win the game. So hey, I don't know. I don't know what Todd Bowles was thinking right there. That was a mistake and a blunder on his part, on his behalf. But yeah, I think Baker Mayfield should have won comeback play of the year. Like I'm not even like I said, I've been setting up, trying to get my stuff real quick to do this live. I said I wasn't planning on doing the live, uh, and that's how I missed out some of the awards. I said some of the stuff I seen before I even got on. Like I seen the D'Amico Rhymes when I was trying to get it up and running before before they did Coach of the Year because I want just like I wanted to see Coach of the Year. Um, Coach of the Year live. I mean, I'm not really invested with MVP. I'm not really invested with offensive play yet. I think I seen that Miles Garrett run defensive play yet. Again, I'm not interested in investing in anything. I actually was more interested in the comeback play than I am in the MVP. I mean, because like MVP, you kind of know who it's going to be. Like it's like you know it's going to be Lamar Jackson. Like I don't see it being nobody else unless it's Brock Purdy. Unless it's Brock Purdy. Hope it's not Brock Purdy. But it could be Brock Purdy. I'd be surprised, but then I wouldn't be surprised. But I'd be surprised. You know, it's one of those situations where I will be surprised without being surprised, but still at the same time being surprised. Like, like it's one of them type of situations. Like I'd be surprised, but not surprised, but am surprised, but not surprised, but am surprised still. Type of situation. So it is what it is. Hey, make sure you hit that like button. I've been here rambling and rambling. My bad, y'all. The dude from the pivot. Who you talking about? Fred Taylor. Because I think they're because Ryan Clark and Kraut ain't gonna make the Hall of Fame. The only one that possibly could be Fred Taylor and Fred. I don't think Fred Taylor will ever be a Hall of Fame running back. I don't think Fred Taylor ain't got that much what you call it to be a Hall of Fame. It's like a Hall of Fame run. It's not hard. It's hard without being hard to be a Hall of Fame running back. Like Hall of Fame running backs get in, but you got to do a lot to be a Hall of Fame running back. Like it's great receivers. Like T.O. is the third best receiver in NFL history, and it took him like 5 years to get in. Michael Irvin, the playmaker, um, is a three-time Super Bowl champion. Number one receiver at that time. Um, Michael Irvin was like what, probably at the time when he retired. Michael Irvin was a top 10 receiver of all time when he retired. Uh, um, and it took him years to get in. So that is a little bit more different. Running back. If you got the numbers, you gonna get in. Frank Gore is going to get in. I don't think Frank Gore is a Hall. I don't feel like Frank Gore is a Hall of Fame, but Frank Gore is going to get in because his numbers. Like he's going to get in. He's like the second or third because obviously Emmett is first, Walter Payton the second, and I think Frank Gore has leapfrogged and skipped Barry. So yeah, he's third all time. At worst fourth, but I think he's third all time in rushing yards. He's going to get in. He's going to get in. What this is?
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's the MVP. Oh, okay, MVP. Okay, let's see who gonna get the MVP. It's just funny to see Dak up there. Ah, Christian McCaffrey. I wouldn't be mad, even though we know ain't nobody outside of a quarterback gonna get it. I would not be mad if Christian McCaffrey got it. Actually, I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't be mad if Dak got it. I know Dak not gonna get it, but I wouldn't be mad if Dak got it. Oh, Josh Allen. I wouldn't be mad if Josh Allen got it. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad at Josh Allen. Like outside of Brock, like I wouldn't be. And the reason why, because like I just know they give the Brock, they gonna gas Brock up. Lamar Jackson probably. Yeah, Lamar Jackson. Yeah, it makes yeah. I mean that's what we thought. That's what we figured. Well, that's what we thought. That's what we figured. Like no one surprised. I was just say just for a curveball, but that's what we thought. That's what we figured it was gonna be. It's gonna be Lamar. Lamar's won his second. Why are you walking like that? You better talk. What you doing? Why are you running like that? Uh, like Lamar Jackson. Second time winning the league MVP. Uh, it's good for him. Uh, Cuz got two MVPs and only two playoff. Like CJ already got half the playoff wins in one appearance than Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson does have a playoff win against CJ Stroud, and that's what going to always be a what you call it, that he has a playoff win against CJ Stroud unless CJ Stroud beats him in the playoffs or wins the Super Bowl. And then once you win the Super Bowl, and once you have more Super Bowls than a player, it doesn't matter. That like nobody cares that Eli Manning is undefeated against Tom Brady. Tom Brady has more Super Bowl rings than him, so no one cares that Nick Foles has beaten Tom Brady in the playoffs. Tom Brady has more Super Bowls than him. You know what I'm saying? No one cares about those things. Once you have once you have more championships than the other player, nobody cares. So, but like I said, so the awards pretty much went like I thought. Outside of Baker, I really thought Baker was gonna get comeback player of the year. So outside of Baker, I'm not surprised really with any of the awards. Um, like I said, cause even the Willie Nelson, like I said, I'm more surprised with Willie winning it than yeah, I'm more surprised than Willie win. I'm more surprised that Willie win it than I don't even say than most people. I thought Willie had a real good chance of winning it. Um, it was really like it just really just depended. Like it just really like it was really just like 50-50. Like Willie in the field was like 50-50. Like CJ, I just feel like CJ was just a slam dunk. Um, I felt like I said, I felt that what you call it, Lamar Jackson was a slam dunk. Uh, I thought Baker Mayfield was a slam dunk, honestly, and I guess it was like 50-50 with Kevin Stefanski and D'Amico Ryans, but I'm not surprised that Kevin Stefanski got it. It is what it is, man. But appreciate everybody that came through, man. Everybody hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. If you ain't hit the like button already, make sure you hit the like button. If you ain't hit it already, make sure you hit it. Appreciate you hitting the like button. Appreciate everybody coming through. Like I said, it was just a spur of the moment type live because hey, with CJ and Will Anderson had got him. I was like, man, let me get ready, prepare for my boy D'Amico get on. But I ain't getting in time and he didn't even get announced. But at least I was able to watch the Andre Johnson one with y'all and see the MVP and stuff like that. Man, appreciate everybody coming through. Uh, like I said, I know I was supposed to be doing some video early. I've been really busy this week because, like I said, I know people talk about that CJ Stroud pivot interview. I only watched like part of it because I've been like real busy all week, so I haven't really got a chance to get it done. But like I said, I am planning on having some content dropping sometime like within the next couple of days. And like now, because I thought the honors was gonna be on Saturday, so actually Saturday, my Saturday has just freed up. I really thought the NFL honors was gonna be on Saturday, so my Saturday is freed up. So hey, shit, we could definitely get some stuff dropping, especially for that old Super Bowl. Super Bowl, I might do something too. I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna do something for Super Bowl. I might go live on Saturday just because of Super Bowl. So who knows? Might go live after the Super Bowl. Who knows? So man, y'all already know what it is, man. But appreciate everybody coming through. I was in the Discord. If y'all in the Discord, I was in the Discord before I hopped on live. I might jump. What's the time? I'm gonna jump back in there for a quick little hot minute. If y'all do feel like y'all are part of Discord, make sure y'all jump into the Discord. I'm about to hop in there real quick. Chop up with y'all boys for a minute. Uh, uh, um, but yeah, man, appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure you hit the like button. If you hit the like button already, make sure you like, share, subscribe, man. Y'all been doing a crazy job. Y'all been going crazy. Will help me get the 6,000 subscribers, man. So keep it going. I really, really need y'all help. I appreciate all the love and everything y'all do. Y'all liking, y'all sharing, y'all subscribing. Y'all got people coming. Y'all come to the channel and stuff like that, man. Definitely appreciate the love, man. Just keep the channel growing and growing and growing. Really, really appreciate that. Holla.